Welcome everyone. Hope that you're having a great day today. In today's video, we are going to discuss the original idea for how Obi-Wan would have found out that Anakin was still alive. This comes from the Rise of Darth Vader novel from James Luceno. After a few months on Tatooine, Obi-Wan was at a cantina sipping on some water to stay hydrated. Some wary travelers were catching up on some news when Obi-Wan, or locally known as Ben, glanced at a HoloNet display at a time or two. Tatooine wasn't a world where questions were asked. However, gossip did bring strangers to Tatooine. News was soon spreading as many locals learned that former Republic had now become the Empire. Given everything that had happened, Obi-Wan knew that there was one image he would not be able to erase, that memory of Anakin, now Darth Vader, kneeling in alliance to Darth Sidious. A second image now came into Obi-Wan's mind that made it hard for him to even forget that Anakin, burning on the shores of one of the Mustafar lava flows, saying goodbye to his friend. Obi-Wan thought, had he been wrong to let Anakin die? Could he have been redeemed as Padme believed? These questions that haunted Obi-Wan ever since going into hiding re-emerged. And now, here he is on Tatooine, Anakin's home planet, Anakin's son, a new hope to one day bring peace and prosperity to the galaxy. Then, Obi-Wan sees it, a HoloNet image report of a band of Jedi that were killed on Kashyyyk. Obi-Wan's first thoughts were maybe they were talking about Yoda, Luminara Unduli, or even Quinlan Vos. No, this event had just occurred. These Jedi that had survived Order 66 had been discovered on Kashyyyk. Thousands of Wookiees have been killed, and many more have been imprisoned by the Empire. Obi-Wan thought, what were these Jedi thinking? He recalibrated the code at the Jedi Temple's beacon, warning surviving Jedi to go into hiding. The next thing that appeared on the HoloNet screen feared Obi-Wan the most. This image of a costume of head to toe black. This masked Imperial that apparently played a role in tracking down and executing these Jedi. A name came across the news. However, Obi-Wan wasn't able to hear it. A spaceport worker said to Obi-Wan, the name was Lord Vader. Obi-Wan, stunned in disbelief. No, that's not possible. Vader is alive? Obi-Wan back into his chair with his new friend, waiting until he was alone to say, "You really all right?" Obi-Wan nodded again. His new friend told him, "You'll keep your voice down about Vader. Understood?" Obi-Wan asked him, "What do you know about Vader?" The stranger had a friend who was there on Kashyyyk, was barely able to escape, but he claims he got a glimpse of this Vader guy, ripping into Wookiees like they were stuffed toys and going to lightsaber duels with the Jedi. This Vader, he toasted Kashyyyk. As impossible as it seemed, that Anakin indeed survived Mustafar and had resumed the title of Darth Vader. How could Obi-Wan have been so foolish as to bring Luke here, Anakin's home world, the grave of his mother? Had he driven Anakin deeper into the dark side by abandoning him on Mustafar? Could he even face Anakin again, or even kill him this time? Then a voice he hadn't heard in years spoke to him, not directly, but with his thoughts. "Qui-Gon," he said, "Master, is Darth Vader Anakin?" Qui-Gon said, "Yes. Although the Anakin you and I know is imprisoned by the dark side." Obi-Wan said, "I was wrong to leave him on Mustafar. I should have made sure he was dead." Qui-Gon said, "The Force will determine Anakin's future, Obi-Wan. Luke must not be told that Vader is his father until the time is right. Obi-Wan said, "Should I take further steps in hiding Luke?" Qui-Gon said, "The core of Anakin that resides in Vader grasps at Tatooine. This is his source of nearly everything that caused him pain. Vader will never set foot on Tatooine, if only out of fear of reawakening Anakin." Obi-Wan then says, "My obligations is unchanged, Master, but from what Yoda told me, I know that I have much to learn." Then Qui-Gon said, "You were always that way, Obi-Wan." I mean, wow. This is without a doubt should have been in the Kenobi Show. I did not read this book when the Kenobi Show first came out. And at the time, I understood why fans were frustrated that it was Reva, of all people, to tell Obi-Wan that Anakin was still alive. But I now understand why fans, especially fans of this book, were so frustrated that we never got to see this in the series. Nothing against the Reva actress at all, because this one goes directly to the writers for not taking this into consideration when coming up with this scene that was obviously a pivotal moment in Obi-Wan's entire perception of learning that Anakin was still alive and that he was watching over his son on Anakin's home planet. I really feel with this interaction with Qui-Gon reassuring Obi-Wan that he doesn't need to alarm Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru of this news, as Vader would never step on Tatooine because this was the source for nearly everything bad that happened to Anakin. Let me know down in the comments below, would you guys have liked to have seen this in the Kenobi Show? Or were you happy with what we got? As always, thank you so much for watching to the end of these videos. It truly lets me know that you guys want to see more of this kind of content in future videos. Click on these next two videos right here if you want to hear more about the original ideas for the Kenobi Show, as well as a what if scenario for what if Padme survived and raised Luke and Leia.